everyone, my name is Emily and this is going to be the first video on my YouTube channel. Today I'm just going to show you what's on my TB Red shelf, and I'm going to start with my mass market paperbacks. I have two books by Nicholas Sparks. I have The Last Song and Safe Haven. Next I have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I've started this book, but I've never finished it, so I'm going to reread it and hopefully finish it. Next ones I have is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen by Diane Sheldon. Then I also have Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. Last book I have is Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babette. I've read this book for 6th grade. I really didn't read it. I skimmed it. Sorry. And then we watched the movie, so I just went with whatever the movie was, and that's probably how I wrote my papers. But I'm actually going to read it because it's not that big. I don't know what 6th grade me was thinking. I'm going to read it. Next I'm going to move into my regular paper box. So the first one I have is by Rick Yancey. Next I have 50 Shades Darker by E.L. James. I'm currently reading 50 Shades of Grey. I'm not loving it, but I kind of just want to, since I have this book, I want to read the second one. And then if I find the third one for cheap, I'll probably pick it up and read it just to say that I've completed the trilogy. It was really popular when I was in high school and I was never allowed to read it, so now I'm reading it. Next I have World War Z by Max Brooks. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I used to have like a children's copy of this book that I would read all the time, but it was a shortened version of it. So I'm actually going to read the full version because, again, it's not really that long. I'm familiar with the story, but I want to read the actual book. I'm going to move into my hardbacks. So first I have Good Me, Bad Me by Allie Land. One of the booktubers I watch read this book and she recommended it, so I'm just going to read it, see if I like it. I usually don't read mystery books. I'm more of a fantasy book, but I'm trying to kind of extend my reading, so I'm going to try a mystery book. I think it's mystery. It might be a thriller. Spirits and Thieves by Morgan Rhodes. I found this book at the dollar store, and again, it's fantasy, so I'm going to read it. Maybe I'll like it. For $1, figured I'd try it. This next book is also from the Dollar Tree. It's The Fifth Petal by Brunina Berry. I've started this book, but then I got reading other books and just haven't come back to it. But I was enjoying the first couple pages that I read. And then to go along with To Kill a Mockingbird, I also got Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. I figured I should just read both of Harper Lee's books since they're so big, they're classic. Well, To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic, and then this one is kind of like a sequel to it from what I've heard. It follows the same character. Next I'm going to show my anthologies that I have 3 anthologies. I don't think I'll read them all in one sitting. I think it's going to be kind of over a couple months, maybe reading 2 or 3 stories from each book a month. The first one I have is the complete Grimm's Fairy Tale collection. I've always loved fairy tales, and Grimm's has been adopted into a lot of fairy tales. A lot of them have been redone, so I just want to read the originals because I love Disney movies so much, but they change so much of the originals. Next, I have Classic Ghost Stories. This is a Barnes & Noble edition, and it's just a bunch of good stories. You can see that I've marked out all the different ones. Then the last anthology I have is American Literature Volume 1, and it's the 7th edition, and it goes from the colonial era to the Romantic era in America. This was required reading for one of my college classes, but we didn't read very many of the stories. We only got to maybe 5 of them, but I'm going to dive in and read them all. And again, this is going to take me a really long time to finish. It's not going to be something that I read in a week. 2 books are kind of random. They're just kind of books I picked up on a whim. They're not really stories. They're kind of history books, but it's like, one of them is like short stories, basically, and it's basically the rumors of New Jersey. So while in New Jersey, I moved to New Jersey about a year ago, so I wanted to catch up on the history, but there's a lot of history in New Jersey, but I wanted kind of the different side of New Jersey. This goes into like things that people don't commonly know, and I thought it was fun. It even goes into like the hauntings of New Jersey, so I wanted to read that. And I've read actually about half of it, but I just need to finish it. And then the last book I have is The Bloody History of Paris by Ben Hubbard. Again, started this one. This goes through the history of Paris, but it goes through the different wars and kind of the darker side of Paris, not the bright Eiffel Tower that everyone thinks of. So I was excited to read this. Gotta have maybe a quarter of the way through it, and then I picked up other books that were actual stories, so I kind of put history. I'm trying to read more history, so this is definitely on it. So that was everything I currently have on my to be read shelf. I don't know what I'm going to put in my April to be read, but that's what I have, my options to choose from right now. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.